the boiler house, and you do not want to keep her waiting a minute longer than necessary. You quicken your pace and head towards the end of the village to where the buildings come to an abrupt halt at the edge of a cliff. Oh, that's the end of the chapter, I think. Yeah. Yay! Whoa. Nice. My health is fucking skyrocketed. Ah, no, you get more of the abilities as you progress. I thought my strength would increase by just constantly doing, like, fights, but I guess not. My dex didn't go up, though. Dexterity is the one where it's like quick movement, isn't it? Okay, so we're on chapter 3. Yay! Stealthily, you move along the street until the way ahead is blocked by a barricade of timber, barrels, and domestic furniture. I said figurines. The villagers tried to make a stand here in order to stop the raiders at the elevator. They managed to block the way, but it is clear that they could not maintain this defensive wall. All along the base of the barricade, you find several dozen bodies, by far the single largest number of Rockstarn casualties you have found so far. The Giaks had no need to tear the barricade down. They simply climbed to the top and hurled themselves down upon the defenders. Oh dear. Sounds messy. You peer through a gap in the barricade and see that the buildings on the other side are larger and more widely spaced. They end abruptly at the edge of the cliff overlooking the Sunken Forest, 100 feet below. You see the elevator platform in the distance and the boiler house where Leandra is waiting for you. However, reaching her will not be easy. There are many Giaks in the area and they are nervous and watchful. Making a run for the boiler house is a viable but risky option. You focus on the building and notice that it adjoins another, which you assume to be the pump room. The closest building to the barricade is a grand timber-framed house. Bathhouse, says the sign above its main door. You remember Leandra told you about the steam boilers of Rockstarn. They also provide heating and hot water to the village by way of underground pipes. It occurs to you that the main pipes may be large enough to crawl through. The boilers have been silent for more than 2 days, and the pipes will be cool by now. Reaching the bathhouse may be safer, but you cannot be sure of what awaits you there. Make your choice. To reach the boiler house with minimum risk, you must act quickly. Oh. No, we'll go to this. Oh. Bathhouse, road to elevator. Bathhouse. Sure. I don't know if that's a good choice. Sure. Quickly, you run to the main door of the bathhouse before you are seen. You hurry down an open stairway that leads to the basement of the bathhouse. Here you discover 3 large pipes that convey steam and water from the boiler house to the cellar of this building. They are empty and the thick copper sides are cool to the touch. They all lead to the boiler house, but you must decide which of the pipes you will use to get you there. Oh crap. I'm not going to be reckless here, that would be dumb. Oh. Take the central Aha! Yes, I'm glad I have Sixth Sense. You trust that your Sixth Sense will direct you to the right path. Yes. Boo! Sixth Sense is a fucking useful ability. You place your fingertips against your temples and slowly massage them. Images swirl in your mind's eye. You sense that all of the pipes have obstacles that could prove deadly. You also sense that one of the pipes is less obstructed than the others. This pipe draws your attention like a magnet. You open a large inception plate and pull yourself inside this copper steam pipe. The floor is ankle deep in water that has condensed from the pipe wall. It's pure water and eagerly you drink your fill. Refreshed, you crawl along the pipe for several yards until it begins to descend deeper into the granite bedrock. The pipe is not completely dark. There are several small pipes that feed off this main conduit for most of its length. Where the pipe leads to a steam vent, there is a pool of dim, grey daylight. Gradually, the pipe levels out, and you see that the way ahead is blocked by a large and tightly woven copper grill. It was placed here to prevent small rocks and other debris from passing along the pipe and damaging the lining. There is a hinged inspection plate in the middle of the copper mesh. It's a simple key lock. Break it. Look for a weak point in the copper grill. Yeah, I'll try that. You cast your keen eyes around the edge of the grill looking for a weakness that you can exploit. There is a narrow, oblong-shaped gap where 2 rivets have popped out. You remove your leather belt and push the buckle end through the narrow gap. Then you wrap the belt around your forearm and pull it with all your strength. The edge of the grill begins to fold towards you. You release the belt and draw your weapon. You force it through the gap and then lever the grill wide open. There are sharp ringing tones as the tortured metal shrieks in protest, and this piercing sound, echoes and reverberates all along the pipe. You pull back the grill and crawl through the gap into the section of the pipe beyond. Section of pipe beyond. As you crawl forward, you see several other pipes joining this main conduit at regular intervals. Some of these are not much smaller than the main pipe. They channel steam away to the village, shop and houses. After a few minutes you reach a section of pipe which is closed off by a circular copper plate. This plate regulates the flow of steam from the boiler house. There is no lock or any other visible means of opening this regulator plate, and it is too thick and well fitted for you to break it down. Reluctantly, you are forced to turn around and explore the first adjoining pipe, which is large enough for you to enter. This pipe continues horizontally for a few yards before rising vertically towards a steam vent located somewhere in the streets of Rockstarn. There are copper rungs fixed on one side of the pipe, and you climb them all the way to the top. The exit is blocked by a heavy iron cover. Dim grey light pours down through holes drilled in this cover plate. You press your shoulder to the cold iron and force it up. As soon as the seal of the grime breaks, you feel the heavy cover inching upwards. Jesus. Make my choice. You raise the iron plate, paying close attention to your surroundings. Yes. I'd rather do that. Slowly you raise the circular iron plate and slide it aside. You peer over the edge of the pipe, exit, and see that it emerges in a street located close to the boiler house door. Unfortunately, your elation at having found the boiler house is dampened by the close proximity of Giaks. A small group of them are standing near the boiler house door, taking it in turn to drink from a large bottle of wine. You can tell that they are slightly drunk, but not enough to prevent them from raising the alarm if they should see you. You decide to use the situation to your advantage and launch a surprise attack on this unwary group, but first you must cause a diversion. Inside the pipe, the brackets fixing the top rung are badly corroded. Using your cloak to muffle the sound, it is easy for you to lever the rung up and down until the bracket gives way. You grasp the copper rung and hurl it out of the pipe so that it falls beyond the group of the Giaks. It hits the hard ground with a loud ringing sound which galvanizes their attention. They move away from the door to investigate the sound. They have their backs to you, and quickly you exit the pipe and stalk up on them, unseen with your weapon drawn, ready to strike. Yay! I am a badass. Let's kick some Giak ass, shall we? Are we actually going to get a sneak attack on them, though? Not looking like it. No, they're all facing me. I should have got... wait, the sneak attack means that I just get to attack first. Yeah, fair enough. Oh my god. I'm sick of that happening, because it happens oh so much. You know what? Screw that. There's one. I'll actually... Oh, wait. Now I'll do that. Yay! And now I'll also do this. No. I need to do these. Bloop. And boop. Yay! One died. I mean, I could use this. And fingers crossed, that's the last Giak. Whoosh. Yay! And it wasn't. Oh. He's like armoured and stuff. Oh dear. This is bad. Maybe. Ah, so close. Oh! They're doing the same stuff. Oh, he has more health. I just noticed. Oh yeah. Oh yes. I'll just do a quick. Boop. And he dies the same way his brothers do. Woohoo! Alrighty. Yay! Awesome! What did they drop? If anything. Tainted bolts. You enter the boiler house and close the door behind you. Quickly you draw its heavy iron bolt to lock it shut and then turn around to take stock of your new surroundings. This high-ceilinged, timber-framed building houses a large Bronin steam boiler. It is braced by stout wooden beams and shiny Bronin stay rods. Okay. The steam power generated by this boiler is harnessed to drive a long Bronin piston that passes through the wall and into the pump room next door. You follow a narrow gangway through the middle of the boiler room and approach an archway that leads into the pump room beyond. On the floor beside the archway there is a large wooden chest. On the lid is an oval plaque engraved with a lomspur leaf. You lift the hinged lid and find several healing potions neatly stored inside. You are examining a potion of lomspur when suddenly there is a loud hiss of escaping steam and the shiny Bronin piston rod starts to move. The pump is working! Oh, nice. Cool. And I got 5 throwing knives, which is nice. Leandra suddenly appears in the archway, her face and clothing are smeared with oil and grease. I hope you bolted the boiler house door, she says, wiping a splash of oil from her chin with the back of her hand. I unbolted it for you when I heard you fighting Giaks outside in the street. She stares at your tunic and cloak, both heavily stained with Giak blood. By the looks of you, I'd say the Giaks came off worse. Nah. Getting here wasn't easy, you reply. How did you fare? Leandra informs you that she reached the boiler house without falling foul of any Giak patrols. The Giaks were alerted to your presence in Rockstarn, and their focus on finding you helped her to evade them. As you can see, I've been a busy girl. I've relit the main boiler, and the piston is now beginning to function, but it will take a while yet before the steam pressure is enough to power the elevator platform. Leandra tells you that she must now reassemble the parts that previously she removed from the elevator control mechanism. It'll take me some time to fix the elevator control, she explains. The control mechanism is outside near the cliff edge where the platform is located. There's no cover there at all. I will be in plain sight the whole time I'm fixing the mechanism. If I'm to get this job done, I will need you to provide me with cover from the Giak patrols. You can rely on me, Leandra, you say reassuringly. You just concentrate on fixing the elevator, I'll deal with the Giaks. You both move to the door of the adjoining pump room and peer through its grimy glass pane into an open street area beyond. Leandra points out the location of the control mechanism is perched on the edge of the cliff, a few dozen yards from the pump room door. Before we leave, you'd best give me the missing parts, she says. I won't be able to fix the platform without them. Yeah, I can meditate. Oh, there it is. I'm assuming that'll be the end of the act. I guess so. It's safe enough to meditate, it's fine. Yay! Good. Fully rested. As we should be. Cool. Elevator platform. I would, yes. I recover the drive chain and control handle, you say as you retrieve the missing parts and hand them to her. And here's a compression valve. Now, is this everything you need to fix the platform? Yes, thank you, she answers with a trace of a smile on her lips. She is impressed by the fact you have retrieved the 2 missing items and that you have the compression valve as well. Now let's get a move on, she says. We've both got a job to do. The quicker we get started, the better. Leandra leads the way. As you follow her towards the elevator control mechanism, you see a large Giak search party come striding into view through the swirling wood smoke. You draw your weapon and get ready to cover Leandra by engaging these enemies in open combat. Great. I bet I have to fight like 6. That'll be fun. It won't be that bad. I'll just make sure to not use heal until I need to. And also to not use... Whoa! That was cool. That was interesting. I gotta say, you dare dodge my shit. I was like, why is that not dead? I got very confused. Just do a regular. Yep. And then the heavy... Oh, I can't do it. Bugger. How much do I need? Like 400? 500? 450? There we go. I did it. Ah,